Hi there, I'm Wayne of Angel Gateway. Hope you're well. Just a little chat, I suppose, of wondering how everyone is. Um, Times are difficult in some ways, smooth in others, because of how high the energies are, not only within myself, uh, upon the planet and throughout. Um, this is kicking up a lot of stuff. It's stuff that's been here for however how long. I do have my opinions and experience with that, but I won't go into detail. You get the idea, you get the gist. It's moments when we find ourselves in that literal sense as well, when we feel overburdened with whatever's going on with your own life, as with mine as well, coming from 30 some odd years of deep depression, and finally, after about for the last I don't know why I'm looking at the date, it's roughly about October 2023 when I've started feeling breaking free of depression. Now, this was all of my depression was due with Destiny Swap and loads of black magic, loads of dark stuff sent my way to keep me down, because they did not want me to rise to myself. Because I'll go into a little bit of this. I've only got a short amount of time because of how duration. I might just leave this on YouTube. So anyway, yes, in my early days of waking up, I'll give you a synopsis of a bit like a bookmark kind of thing of my life. Obviously, I can't share all the contents because you'd have to literally live the 53 years of my life, right? But yes, a snapshot, as it were. When I was a child, I had experienced spirit around me. On one occasion, I don't remember it. I didn't remember before I had the experience later in life as a healing moment. I felt and seen the spirit, disembodied, kind of, discarnate, not disembodied, discarnate. Someone who's passed on, but he's looking black with red eyes. And I remember the memory recall of the release. And all I heard was, "Get ready." And all of a sudden, it was like I went into the cells of the memory, experienced the fear as I was as a child, roughly about 11 years old, I think. 10 or 11, no, it's 11 years old because of where I lived at the time. Certain age from that place, I moved there, if you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, and then I remember get ready, and all of a sudden I felt lots of fear for about 15 seconds, and it was freaky, but I stayed with it because remember I was a child at the time, so I'm feeling my child fear at the time, not as a grown-up. So basically I was healing my inner child, in short. So then all of a sudden, I had pure white light come in to fill up, because it was a bit like, put my tea there a minute. give you a little visual. Right, I had the black energy, the fear, and then I had pure white, like that kind of thing. Like it was an immediate, instant exchange. It's like a release and filling up, which I was told a few years back is very, very rare. Like anyway, or very rare. I don't know why I emphasised it twice. Anyway, to feel important, I suppose. But yeah, we all want to feel important, don't we? Yes, and not caught up in this. Just I said I got loads, and I have. So as a child, I experienced that, and then there was a beautiful moment when I think I was 11 or 12 years old. It was Christmas morning. Obviously, because of my age at the time, I would have been up early, me and my sister. I can't even remember my sister there, actually, oddly. But anyway, yeah, 11 or 12. And then all I heard from my dad in the front room, and mum was standing there, obviously. And all I heard from my dad say, open it, as in open the front room door. So he opened the door, and then I seen a BMX out in the passageway. So it was about 8 feet away from me. Like I was like Marlboro Zapper. It was. And I had pure frequencies, what I recognise now. So I've had them quite a few times now. Anyway, the visual I can give you as a description is what tinsel looks like, gold and silver tinsel. I had that all through and around my energy. Obviously, I didn't know at the time like energy and all that stuff, but it was all natural back then. I mean, didn't really read much into it. It's like I thought it was like everybody has this kind of thing, like me. And yeah, and that was the first time I felt real magical, sparkly, glistening, pure energy of gold and silver. And then fast forward a bit later on in life, when I was 19, I got into a bit of trouble, and then that sort of woke me up. Or it started when I was 18. That was the start of my depression. And at 19, got into not too good of things, and then that sort of woke me up. Started looking inside more, and I thought I ain't running away from all of this. You know what I mean? And then that was the moment I started facing more of myself. If you know what I mean? And then as I went through life, did unsavory things. You know what I mean? And then broke free of them. I'm gonna gingerly step on them a bit because I haven't said at the beginning like I'm not a doctor, and I'm not. You know what I mean? It's personal experience and very powerful experiences and very powerful challenges as well, which I've overcome, which have been huge. Yet, yeah. Anyway, I'll edit the video and place that in the video, so I won't have to speak it. So yeah, fast forward a little bit, and throughout my 20s, I see myself as a star seed, and then a little bit later in life, I had my experience with star seed stuff during Dreamtime mainly. That was through most of my life, you know what I mean, after my childhood and that. Because it was so pure, I still am, you know what I mean, but I never let life dampen and dirty it, if you know what I mean. I kept it protected, and because I know my soul, the easiest way I can put it, I'm a seraph angel. Earlier in my life, I realised of a certain level, a certain depth within myself, I realised I was an angel, because there's a funny moment, and I'm going to tell it as well, because I was cracked up. it was I was going passing water at the time, number ones kind of thing, and I think I was between the time now of when I say now, the memory of it, 2008, and possibly between 2008 and 2010, 2012. Anyway, passing water, number ones, like, and then doing all that kind of thing, and all of a sudden I felt my wings. I was like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden a great big fart. I had a long fart during that moment, and yet there was a tenant downstairs, and I mean the loudest fart I've ever did. But what I realise now is an energy cleanse, right down through the channel as well. Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, and all I heard was the tenant downstairs, show him who's boss, kind of thing. I was in stitches, but yeah, it was the first inclination I had of coming from the starseed and then returning to the angel energy, and then I realised I was an angel. So that was the first sort of or another awakening as well, like, you know what I mean? Because there are many awakenings, there isn't just one. And there are many dark night of the souls, there isn't just one. You can go layer, like an onion. So yeah, after that experience, realised I was an angel. Didn't really delve into that too much. I stayed on the starseed stuff. I say stuff, energy for a bit, like, you know what I mean? And I worked with a few Arcturians, Saurons, all these kind of whatevers. And but because of that, I got into trouble because of the energy, and because it was a bit looking out there kind of feel, a distraction. It would draw your, yes, you can go inwardly and all this, that, and the other, but because of the way we are on Earth, it's, to me, it's an external look, because they're among the stars, you know what I mean? But remember, they're interdimensional as well. They're not physical as per se, as far as I'm aware, but you know, they more likely are. But yet, because of the way we've grown up and all these new age stuff, and that new age stuff needs to go as well. And not a lot of people are gonna like that as well. That's, I can't go into that right now fully, but that's another thing I got rid of as well in my energies. A lot of new age stuff, and because there is stuff anchored in, like, imagine you got your new age stuff like that kind of thing. There's stuff underneath that, if you know what I mean. And I recognised a lot of stuff was using that as an anchor. Like, you hold the new age stuff is held in place, and then that's like holding on top of other things, as it were. And I've released some nasty, evil, freaky stuff. I can't swear on here, but use naughty words, colourful language. But yeah, it's some of them is like, because we being humans, and because of our purity and all this, that, and the other, return to sender. Something occurred then, so if you do hear me say something, whatever. Yeah, and it's when the dark stuff comes up, it's not natural, because it's inorganic. It's totally fake bull. It's inauthentic. It's all the what do I call it? All of the reversal, inverted nonsense. You know what I mean? And a lot of the Matrix. I'm not really keen on that wording, but yet a lot of people click with it and understand it as that. You know what I mean? But I remember, I can't remember when it was. I had some releases of the Matrix energy. A lot of the energies are Matrix energies, yes. Yet I mean, like, shown front and center, and I mean effing evil, and I'm making sure none of this is coming out of going into the public domain energy wise, and this will be transmuted and deleted into pure peace, so it doesn't get shared. The knowledge gets shared, but not the energy of the low stuff. So make that so. White time energy do this, and according to divine law. Thank you. Non-interference. Only pure energies get exchanged, shared. Anything less than this be transmuted and purified into pure peace. And so it is, across all timelines, lifetimes, past, present and future. Beneath all hidden, beneath all cloaked. I just heard something then. And before these all began on video. Throughout all realities, dimensions, existences, universes, AI universes. Multiverses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. So yeah, the real, it's horrible energies, and a lot of energy was on top of this, if that makes sense. Yeah, like layers. I'm trying to think of like sediment kind of thing, like, you know, layers of, you know, because they're not our energies. I can't really go into much more of this in that sense until it's a timing thing. That's all I can say anyway. I'm waiting on someone else, and then I can, through my experiences. I could just talk about my experiences, yes, but in a fuller extent. I can't, not just now, you know what I mean? But it will, and I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying I know it all, I have it all, or any of that. I can, you know, I know everything, I am everything, all of that, whatever. No, not at all. Yet, in my experience, because it's going to shake quite a few realities. Yeah. Quantum unbind and return to all senders instantly, permanently, fully and completely. So I just wanted to share a little bit. Whether you can make sense of this or no, that's really your perception, you know what I mean? Yeah, I just wanted to pop on here. Not exactly any healing, it's just a little bit of like, I am normal. Well, I'm not normal by any shot of it. I got told this the other day by my Ascension support team of Pure Love and Light. Told me the other day, you are not normal. I know I heard them say you are very rare. This is not to stroke my ego. This is to fuel my truth. Yeah. Anything else? No. Okay. 20 minutes. I would like to trim that down a bit more for Instagram as well. Okay, right. I'm just wondering how people are. I know people don't message me on this, you know what I mean? I get the views. I'm grateful and thankful for. I know there are 2 subscribers on my YouTube. Could I ask, well, I could ask, I will ask. I would like to ask the 2 subscribers, is there anything with a healing session you would like to be worked on for yourselves? I'm more than happy to help support you however you choose to. Just to let you know, I've been through 4 hospital visits, trying to keep it whatever here, of like attempts, as it were. And addictions. I've come through addictions. Addictions were earlier in my life, mainly of the naughty kind. And I'm not saying do that so I can clear it. I mean, to anyone who ever views this, ever, seek medical advice, always. Now I've come through scores of beliefs. It's beyond belief, really. Smoking, I stopped smoking. Drink, I stopped drink. Drink was back in 2008. Only drank for 6 years, but yet I dug myself a pit and I climbed out. I started walking on a stronger ground, stronger foundation. Yeah, and smoking, nicotine and all that. Always seek medical help, whatever you do with your life, you know what I mean? Yet one thing I did find or realise that helped me a fair bit. I only did it for some months, 3-4 months. It wasn't long because of I remember 2 changes of the pod, and then I was done. It was CBD vape, that is. Not condoning vaping either. I mean, because I'm not a doctor, you know what I mean? It's got health risks, so discernment is imperative. Always seek medical advice to help you overcome any of your whatever. For me, none of it. For me, I did it all myself. I'm only saying these bits of seek such and such because of the channel, and I'm not a doctor, you know what I mean? But I've walked through insurmountable odds. I think this is why they say you're very rare. Why I've come through such, and it hasn't ruined me, if any, or with most of it, majority of it, 90% of it. I'm not saying it was right. I'm not saying it was wrong. That it was bad. But it was wrong, actually, because it's all black magic, all directed my way. That's the only part I can go into that. And it took me 24/7 of the last 3 years. I think it'd be 3 years in October. So really, this video is just to give a little bit of a not presentation, but something more of me in that sense. You know what I mean? But to the 2 subscribers or the viewers, if there's anything, if you'd like to leave a comment, for anything you would like help with, don't have to go into specific, as long as I get the gist. If you choose to, that is, choose to leave a message in the comments or whatever. Or if you're on Instagram, find me on Instagram. I've only got one video there, and that's talking of my visitation when I was 26. Yet, yes, if you want to message me on Instagram, and then I can more personalise this session. I won't go into too much detail if it's like, for example, if it's for beliefs or whatever. I'll just say it's for beliefs. I don't need to do an arrangement of an explanation for, but you get the drift. You know what I mean? I'll just say, well, it's for the subscriber or subscribers, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't need to give details, as long as I know. That's the main thing. And long as the viewer has a certain amount of discernment, like, oh, that's the one I mentioned, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? If you want to, that is. Years ago, I wanted to be on YouTube or online to do videos, healing and that. Yeah, I was like bricking it, like imagining the day that would happen. I didn't mind it now. Sorry about the ambulance. I live right near a main road, so there's no two ways about that. Can't switch them off. I'd love to. Zebra crossing. Yeah. I hope this gives you some ingredients of me, as it were. I shall edit this and post it later, more than likely. 27 that was. Yeah, I should have wrote down some names of some readings I've heard online. Some of them resonate, some of them don't. Sometimes it'd be like a 20-minute reading, and like 5 minutes will like ping, float me boat kind of thing. But yeah, this video here is, like I said, it's just to say hi, hope everything is well. Because sometimes I'm triggered, and I've been dealing with the essential triggers, the root, the causes, the point of origin of triggers, big time. They may be named or have feelings of something else, but essentially there's an underlying, say that's there, that's the root, this T here a minute, and then there's something there. And that's going through all other thoughts and feelings, emotions, stored energies, whatever, yeah. And then you got up here, going like a little whatever, and that's a trigger. Or, as we say in the UK, it's like someone's pushing me buttons, dip, 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 kind of thing. Or the trigger, that kind of thing. And, usually sometimes you thin up some of this stuff and get to this, and sometimes it will be get to that and boom, and that big bit of go, and then you got all that other stuff on top of it, but it usually thins out a bit so it's not overloading your energy on processing the very quick release, because I've made the intentions of pure ease and very quick release, because it's no good being like you're liable to hang on to it. I mean, not you, but you over process and over dwell or whatever. It's like, I want it gone. It's not a part of me. You know what I mean? It's no bypassing. No, it's my reality, my creation. I can do what the fudge I want. Like, I mean, and it's not cutting corners, not shortcutting. There's no such thing of that. I mean, there's no way of dodging this, dodging that, because you always have that energy to come back to deal with it. You know what I mean? And this can get dealt with, and some of them are super quick. Some of them go on, like some of my healing sessions every day. This is mine for decades, but in the last 3 years, possibly close to 3 years, my healings have skyrocketed, and my potential and power in my healings have flown much higher. Yeah. Do I say what I had messaged the other day? Not just yet then. Not that I heard anything, but my feeling is sort of saying, not just yet. There's something up there. Anyway, and I don't want that to interfere. So, I'll say it again. Hope you're well. And if you do have any messaging or anything like that, please do let me know. I haven't had one message off anyone yet, apart from one woman I know. It's quite a few videos back, mine. Six videos back. No, it was my first video, I think it was. And she just viewed it and congratulations kind of thing. 8 months ago that was. But yeah, when there's more of a demand, or when there's more of a viewing that people want to view kind of thing, there'll be more viewing, more videos of which I'll be doing, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm trying to think something that for the people that are new to healing. Here's one. EFT, you can do EFT, that's easy, that is. It's pretty good. If you're new to EFT, follow the guidelines of that EFT. And then now if you're more advanced, or extremely advanced, whatever, depends how your energy is, how much energy work you do. Like when I've done my EFTs, I haven't done them for a while, but in the past, I'd be working through all dimensions, all realities, all existences, blah 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 blah. All of this, like, I mean, get everything, because wherever this energy is, it's been a part of me in some way, and some dark mofo may have used a part of my energy to anchor it or place it elsewhere. You know what I mean? And then you got to draw that, or unanchor it, unlink it, all this, that, and the other. You could do that for EFT. That's a good idea, actually. Do some unlinking, untethering EFTs. I'm not an EFT practitioner, but I do experiment. You know what I mean? I like to see how it feels, see which is the most productive, and yeah, back to. I don't want to drift off. I want to keep on track. When you're doing the EFT, do the through all realities, dimensions, timelines, lifetimes, past, present, and future, beneath all hidden, beneath all cloaked, throughout all universes, AI universes, multiverses, existence, kind of thing. And then that catches everything you want to catch, all kind of thing. Not leave anything else in creation, kind of thing. Anyway, right. Love you and leave you. Hope you had some entertainment with this in some ways. Some might have had some kernels here that you can welcome and appreciate, hopefully. I didn't know it was going to be this long. I thought it'd be shorter. I thought it was going to be at least about a quarter of an hour, at 35 minutes. I'll put that up on YouTube, leave it up on YouTube. I'm not going to put that on Instagram. I used to be able to put the long ones on Instagram, and I had to remove them. Or I removed them and then edited or whatever it was, done something different. So I don't want to get too flashy on the editing. I want to keep it not normal. I want to keep it organic. I don't want it too bell and whistly, like, I mean, even though I've got an app which cost me a fair bit of money, but it's like, hopefully it's more visually pleasing, as it were, because I'm not really into the bells and whistles like of video editing. The main input is the energy work, which stands for itself. It shouldn't need anything else for it to enhance it. Not really. The enhancement should be in the energy work itself. I mean, for me, this is. I've never been one for flashy nonsense. Nonsense, each to their own. But for me, I want to keep it natural as I can. My next video, hopefully I'll remember. When I said flashy, I thought, oh, I wonder if I should talk about that. But I thought, nah, you might get bored with it, with this, the duration already, because some people's attention spans, and I'm not criticising people that do view, but a lot of people, I don't know if they, depends how much time they put into their healing work, or healing themselves. But anyway, what I'm getting at is solar flash energy. Now, yeah, I'll leave it at that, and hopefully I'll remember for my next video. It could be less. Could be less time. As in, like, maybe a week, maybe less than that, I don't know. I might do it straight after this. I really don't know yet. But anyway, I'm talking of the solar flash, possibly. Yeah, on a personal soul level, me. Not out there. What I've experienced. And I have experienced solar flash energy. I don't want to go into that right now. Anyway, yes. Very interesting now. I feel it's very, very interesting. And another one, GESARA. That's another one. Of a personal experience. When I say personal, I mean my soul, me, Wayne, the person, as it were, has experienced these, if you know what I mean, in varying ways. One more than the other. Solar flash I've experienced more than GESARA or GESARA energy yet. Just arrangement of description there. Right. Anyway, I hope this meets you well, and have a great day. Take care. Bye for now. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for listening. If you've taken the time to get this far. Alright. Thank you. Bye now.